Zach LaVine, officially on the trade block in the NBA, which is super dope. Because I feel like I wanted this. I hoped that this would happen. I'm sorry, Chris, your Bulls are going to fall apart a little bit, but I feel like this is something that we maybe saw coming. Obviously, I said before the season, one of my bold predictions was that the Bulls tear it down. Wasn't all that bold, but overall, that's what I thought would happen. And Zach's going to be traded. And I'm not sure if they're going to necessarily be retooling or entirely rebuilding. But what are some teams we think Zach ends up on? If there's some trade ideas, throw it out there. But if you were to make a prediction, what is the main destination and what are other possible destinations?
So everything I looked up said that the destinations were 76ers, the Lakers, the Knicks, the Heat, which Lakers are always in trade talks. I don't know that he's actually going to end up there. I don't have any trade packages. Personally, I like him going to the Memphis Grizzlies. I think him next to Ja would be just awesome. And like I said before when we mentioned Cat, I think the Grizzlies do need some help in that half-court offense. I mean, Desmond Bane has been doing what he can offensively out there. But if you have a guy like Bane, because Bane's been balling this season, but if you have a guy like him, Ja, and you put Zach LaVine into this offense, that's a real problem out west.
I'll throw a quick thing out there since you mentioned Karl Anthony Towns. What if, would the Bulls be down to potentially swap Zach for Cat?
No, why would we want Cat?
I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh,
Say
man,
they
I don't
offer
think so.
Cat in
No.
a first or some shit. Would you?
I don't know. I don't really care. I just want it all to be done. I want everyone off my team. I want to have a bunch of young guys and some picks and go from there. I could care less what we get for Zach LaVine. As long as it's not fucking
As long as we get
Karl
fleeced, yeah.
Towns. Please, no. Don't try to compete. Just lose. Just try and lose games. It's all right.
So where do you think he ends up?
I think Philly's in play. I don't know if they do it, but they're definitely in play. I think they have the best package for him. I think Miami's going to be in play.
I would not trade Tyler Hero in that package. The Dame one made sense.
Yeah.
No shot I'm trading Hero for in the Zach LaVine deal. I personally can't do that.
But, what else are they going to...
Yeah, I don't really think anyone else is really in play for Zach LaVine, though, right now.
So I think they have control. The Heat have control of two of their firsts.
Maybe the Magic.
The Magic makes sense.
Maybe the Pistons.
I don't like that. I think it'd be a cool fit with Cade and the way Asar plays. Oh, my God, he's like the greatest defender of all time. Asar Thompson is. But I think Zach... I don't know how I feel about the whole Knicks thing.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't know. I do think Zach helps us and makes us a much better team. But I think the Knicks are waiting for their guy. You know.
So here's my thing. Say, for example, you were able to trade, because the salaries I think end up working with something like this. You trade Emmanuel Quickley and Julius Randle for Zach LaVine.
I love Quick.
You're not doing that?
Hate Randall.
You're not doing that.
Probably.
Quickly
yeah.
and Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to give up one first-round pick.
Yeah, we
got
gotta
to get
get him out
Zach
of those.
LaVine.
Yeah, bring him over. I mean,
Would you accept that as a Bulls fan? One first, Quickly, Julius Randle.
well, maybe there's a third team. Randall goes somewhere else.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Sure. Sure.
Because I'd be down for that as a Knick fan. Personally.
I'd trade Julius Randle for myself at this point.
I would
fucking
prefer
over
to
this
not
guy.
have Julius Randle on my team, but if that's what the front office wants to do, then go for it.
Well, it's not even just competing. You are also getting a young asset in Quickly, which granted you have to pay him, but you're also getting a first-round pick, which I'm assuming would be unprotected or something like that. I'd be, as a Knick fan, and I've been the one that pushes back on almost every single trade, I would be down for a Zach LaVine trade. And I think he'd care more given that he's on a playoff team.
Yeah.
He'd play a little bit of defense, maybe, hopefully. You would assume maybe that happens. But I think that'd be dope. You get your second shot creator. We don't have a power forward at that point. There's literally no size outside of Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein on the roster. Pause.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the move.
But, I mean,
To have no forward?
Josh Hart, baby. Josh Hart, baby.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett.
Or maybe we get
Put some respect on RJ Barrett's
maybe we
name.
get Torrey Craig in that trade too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Torrey
really
Craig
cool
and
to see.
Zach LaVine for Randall, IQ, and a first-round pick. And then they got to flip Caruso, too. They got to flip Caruso for a first. At least one first, because he will go for an unprotected, I think, to a good team.
Is DeRozan's a free agent, right?
DeRozan is a free
Yeah.
agent. DeRozan is indeed a free agent. And apparently he said he's going to see how this season goes with the Bulls before considering even re-signing. So they best trade his ass as well before he walks for absolutely nothing.
So I saw some things about him going to the Heat.
I don't like that, bro.
I don't love
There's
it.
already no
but
spacing.
like, yeah, that is a problem. But I just don't think Miami has the assets to go get LaVine.
I think they do.
Really?
My only issue.
You don't think they would have gotten Bradley Beal if that was the case?
I
Who knows
also
with them. Bro.
I also
You know?
think it was a little harder to get Brad maybe than they would have expected at that point. Also, potentially they didn't value Brad to the level that they may value LaVine because they went balls to the wall for Damian Lillard.
Right. Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they find a little middle ground with Zach LaVine there where they're like, he's super efficient. He could get buckets. We can maybe do something here with Zach, which I think if the Heat were to get Zach LaVine,
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
I think they're legit.
Yeah.
Like, if you keep Tyler Hero, you get Zach LaVine, I think you're legit. Like, fully legit. So yeah, I think that'd be great for them. If it's Kyle Lowry and like 2 first-round picks unprotected, I think the Bulls will have to pick up the phone for that. And then you have a contract buyout with Kyle Lowry and you go from there. I think you'd have to pick up the phone. You'd have to take 2 unprotected first-round picks, even if it's down the line. Because what are you realistically getting for Zach when you paid him close to the Supermax? Like, not many teams are going to be willing to take on that contract, for many assets at least. So I think that's a super interesting situation. But yeah.
I think if Philly gets him and they're playing the way they are, that's really dangerous. I
don't know if I love the fit in
Really?
Philly. Like, I could see it for sure.
Fuck the fit, man. Zach is Zach. Zach next to Maxey? And you got Embiid down low? That's terrifying.
It'd probably include Toby. Which actually ain't as bad when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because you could then start Nick Batum at the 4, whatever, and you figure it out from there. But I don't know. I think it's Miami, bro. Once again, it's make or break time for Miami. You gotta make that move that puts all the chips in. This is your window, bro. Jimmy Butler ain't getting fucking younger.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. I just, like I said, I question the assets. I feel like someone's got a better trade out there.
Someone has a better trade, but it's if they want to give that up.
Right, yeah.
That's the thing. Because as I said, it's a big
I don't think the Knicks
contract.
are going to go in on him like that.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, as much as I love Donovan Mitchell, I don't love the fit with Jalen Brunson for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
But I think the Knicks are waiting out on Donovan Mitchell. I really do. I think we are waiting out on Donovan Mitchell. But Zach LaVine may not move the needle for some of these teams. It may not be worth the assets that they'd be giving up. So I don't know. If I was a Bulls fan, get rid of everybody, as you said, and just start over. Start over. And if you could somehow get Lonzo Ball back on the court next year, all the better at that point as well.
Hope so, man.